Hey guys, Arun here, another edition of Smart Excel, and today we're going to be focusing on 5 specific formulas that really make your life a lot easier, once you use them in the working environment. We're going to be looking at vlookups, sums, sumifs, counts, and countifs. So vlookup, let's get straight into it. So I've got a set of data here, and obviously your data can be, mine's only 3 columns wide, could be going all the way up to there, but for this exercise I'm just keeping it short and keeping it very simple. So a VLOOKUP is basically a vertical lookup. So let's look at this data. What do we have here? Let's say, for example, if we wanted to return this 2091 by looking at Jan 19. So let's say, for example, that was Jan 19 right here, and we wanted to return the value next to this number. So equals VLOOKUP. That's how we start the formula off. Open bracket, lookup value, Jan 19, comma, table array. So you want to really start from where you're looking up. Table array is going to be basically those 2 columns there, comma again, and column index number is going to be 2 because we want to return the 2091. So that's going to be 1 there, bang, that's going to be 2. So that's a 2, and what do we want to return? We want to return an exact match. So false. Enter. And that's it. Brings back the 2091. And the good thing about using this formula is it can be dynamic. So let's say, for argument's sake, if we were looking at December 19, 1328, it brings back the information straight away. Let's test it with another one. November 19, 1007. There we go. So that's working bang on. And now sum. So with sum, all you're doing really is adding up the total value. You're summing up basically everything. Equals sum, open bracket, all the way down, close bracket, bang. Information's right there, but there's another way of getting to this, getting through to this formula. So if you click formulas in the bar at the top, and if you click auto sum, go back to the data tab, drag that all the way down, enter, same information again. Okay, now sumifs. This is a cool formula. So for example, if we're looking at this data here, you can see we've got a few sims, we've got a few toms, and so on. So for example, if we're looking at Tom and we want to see this guy's stats all the way throughout the year, so the way we want to do this is do equals sumif. And the good thing about this formula is that it basically tells you what do we want to look at, so the range that we're looking at. Let's go back to the data tab. So the range that we're looking at is going to be the name range here. So we want to see all of the toms, what the total value gives us. Criteria, let's go back there. Criteria is going to be Tom, so that's why we enter that name into the cell right next to where we're performing the formula. Comma, sum range is the value. Close brackets, enter, 5300. So if we go back, test the information now. So Tom there, 5300. You can see that summing up. And again, if we wanted to change the information, if we put sim 5132, changes the numbers dynamically. Sim 5132. It's great. And then count, with the count function, all we're basically doing is counting the number. So you can see there's 12 here. So if we done equals count, open bracket, 12, and that's all that brings back. I mean a good way of doing this is if we count names. So if we said how many names are there, or what's the count of the number of names there, it's gonna return back 12. But then with the countif function, if we specifically said how many times does Tom pop up, so if we put Tom here, and if we done equals countif, the range that we're looking at are all of these names here, and the criteria is going to be Tom. He pops up 3 times, and which is basically relevant to what we can see in the data tab, 3 times. And again, if we test that with sim, pops up twice there. Yeah, so I mean, these are 5 essential formulas that you really should know and really should look to implement in your working environment. And I hope you enjoyed that. Please click subscribe, and hopefully I'll bring you some more material soon. Cheers guys, thanks a lot.